Hey everybody, welcome to AJS News. This is the first of two videos we got for you today.
But first, an important word from our sponsors.
Sunny day.
No.
Scrody?
No more sunny days.
Scrody, are you okay? You look awful. Oh, and you smell like a dumpster farted. What's going on?
Oh, you wouldn't understand. I live in a denim house with no air conditioning. It's over 100 degrees outside, and I'm wearing a fur coat. I can't take much more of this.
You know you'll feel a lot cooler and smell better too if you actually took care of yourself. Come on, let's trim out that hair. I got some ball deodorant and toner for you to try. Come on. What's wrong with you?
I'm all sticky. I'm stuck to the bench.
Oh, gross.
Wow, Jay, you were right. I feel so much better.
And you smell great too.
Get 20% off plus free international shipping by visiting manscaped.com/AngryJoeShow.
Guys, make sure that your Scrody is fresh enough to kiss.
Nice to have Scrody back.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen him. Check out Manscaped. We've been talking about him a long time. That's because it's a great product that we ourselves use. Look, it's super hot outside, especially here in Texas. It's really important to take care down there because you don't want swamp crotch. So,
All right, what the heck has happened in gaming over the past week?
all right. Known liar Todd Howard seems to think that Bethesda may have announced the Elder Scrolls 6 too early.
I agree with that.
I feel that's vulnerable. It makes me, cringe a little bit because I remember when he first announced it, actually was at the announcement. I went up to him and I said, "Oh, I was so excited. I think that's awesome that you announced Elder Scrolls 6." And he was smiling. He was having a good time. And I remember very distinctly, saying, I don't think it's too early. Like, I literally addressed this with him after he announced it. But I had no idea
that was 2016.
it was a long time ago. I had no idea it was nowhere near development, not in active development, not in anything. Because I thought that, by the time you put up a trailer, you have something. But I guess they didn't have anything.
They had nothing.
And they were just like, we are going to work on it.
Yeah, so in 2016 was the first time he dropped it. He said that, hey, we are, it's too early, but we're working on it. And he said that's when he said Bethesda was indeed going to make Elder Scrolls 6, but he said a very long way off. And then 2018 was like the official thing when they put out a bunch of information. People were like, oh, great. And here we are, 2023.
Didn't have the title screen.
Yeah, and so it's looking like it's many years off. And so
And he said, I have asked myself that a lot. I don't know. I probably would have announced it more casually. He said. So, yeah. And then it's like, I don't want to answer, but I want to be polite. We'll say that we want it to fill that role of the ultimate fantasy world simulator. And there are different ways to accomplish that given the time that has passed. We want it to be the ultimate fantasy world simulator. Okay. Yeah, I guess I guess when you show that off, instead of it just being a simple, I guess it kind of is a logo reveal. But I think people took it as, okay, well, there's active development, and it's a little bit more.
that's why it's so important.
That's what I would assume, too, when you're bringing that out. It's like, oh, you're announcing it. It's like, you're working on it, right? It's like, no. Here's just the title screen. It's way too soon.
I think it's like you should have at least a couple years of development in, like have most of the things done when you do a title announcement. I think people are learning from this. This was just something it was kind of funny that he mentioned it may have been a mistake to do so because honestly it has. We're 5 years later, we're just now getting Starfield.
So I need to rewind and I need to go. And what I should have said to Todd is I should have said this. Hey Todd, so you guys have already started working on the Elder Scrolls 6? You showing up the trailer? And he would have been like, Yes.
Hey, look, designing a logo is working on it. So in that
And
case,
thinking about it is
Technically,
working
it's not a
on
lie.
it. Technically, we were working.
there are
on
many
it.
mountains in the
I
game,
had
and you
ideas.
can climb them.
I wanted it to be an RPG.
Yeah. There was also Valorant Champions tournament this week, and Elon Musk showed up, and he got booed when they showed him on camera, and people were chanting "Bring back Twitter" and all sorts of things. So it was just kind of.
But that was fun for him.
Yeah, it was
wasn't it?
He wanted to go there and watch some video games, and people were like, we don't like X. It's a stupid thing. Bring back this other one. So
Nobody calls it X. Nobody does.
Oh.
I don't know. I mean,
Did you get a haircut this morning?
No.
Did you go on a date this morning?
No. I went to the gym.
I'll just let you know. I can smell this man from here. He's got very strong cologne on.
Oh, lotion.
Oh,
I put lotion on for my tattoo.
your lotion, it smells like cologne.
look, you gotta take care of
Strong
yourself.
color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Get
I mean,
some.
It's so important. All right. Well, if you're trying to moisturize OJ, lotion is the number one way. Number two way is Turok news. And Turok 3.
I've
What?
been saying it. It's got to come out.
No way.
Yeah. So Turok 3 and Star Wars Dark Forces, but I don't care about that one. Are
I
getting
care
remastered.
about that
yeah.
one.
But Turok 3, that's the one
But
that
why
I want.
3?
Because they'd already done some of the previous ones. They'd already done 1 and 2 like a long time ago. But so Night Dive Studios is
two.
going to do Turok 3. They're going to remaster that. And then
Cool.
and Star Wars. So
Wow. All right. We'll keep an eye on it.
yeah, so it's
Definitely
going
gonna
to be
play it. I've been asking for it, so why not?
yeah. So
I don't remember Turok 3. I don't think I played the third one.
I don't think I did either.
It'll be 4K resolution, up to 120 frames per second, upgraded textures, retuned gameplay, and so exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see what else happened this week. Iron Mace, the studio behind Dark and Darker, is looking to develop a mobile Dark and Darker with Crafton. And so
Yeah, so as long as they port the game, I don't want like a shittier version of Dark and Darker, but the real version on your.
You think they'll just pivot and be like, look, we can't get the other one done. We're going to go to the mobile one? Hopefully not.
No.
yeah, I
Well,
don't.
it's taking forever to come
What do you
out.
mean we can't get the other one done? They're constantly working on it.
Yeah, but it may like the danger is they're working on it, and then at any point in time,
Yeah.
Nexon could file that thing and try to pull the plug on it, and they would have issues. So like, I understand
they're
that
still
like the
having
reluctance.
issues.
In fact, Crafton actually said that it's like, hey, we're a third party here. We are closely monitoring what they said. The legal issues. Let me read what their quote is. We're monitoring any judicial decisions as a third party. They're like, look, we understand that this company, there's some strings attached to this potential project, and hopefully nothing happens and Nexon just goes away and focuses on all their games that are coming out and leave these guys alone. But it's still looming over their heads, so they got to be careful.
Sadness.
This week during Gamescom, Diablo 4 Season 2 was revealed.
You were super excited.
I can't tell you how excited I
I
was.
put up the
Yes.
Gamescom video
it
finally
out.
after probably like 5 days of battling different copyright things. I finally got it in on Sunday at 11 p.m.
Yeah.
So go watch that. Give it a view. It's a 2-hour-long video.
So it's going to be about vampires, and there's going to be some updates that have been requested in there. It felt kind of strange for them to announce this a
Vampires.
little early because they're right in like the very beginning of what should be season 1. But since season 1 had 10 total minutes of new content, it makes sense that people are already done with it, and player count is down and people are mostly unhappy.
Everything down.
But let me tell you about all the things that are in this game that should have been in the game in the beginning. The ability to farm bosses for specific, unique, and Uber items.
That wasn't in the fucking game?
No.
Why?
Oh. So the people who designed Diablo 4...
That's the most
like,
basic
why?
thing.
I completely and totally agree. It feels like the developers for Diablo 4 were locked in a cave for the last 30 years. And they never looked at any other video game that Blizzard has ever made or what their competitors are doing. Because they came out of this cave and like, I present to you sliced bread. And it's like, motherfucker, we have had that for 100 years.
Long-ass time.
And they go, oh, wait
Slightly
a minute.
toasted.
But we thought this was great. It's like, yeah, it was great a long time ago. But other people have advanced gameplay in the RPG space, and you've ignored all the things, including your predecessors at the very company that
That
at
you were
least
at.
is named the same thing because it's a wildly different company, and there's no little talent and skill that's left there. You can also get Paragon points, skill points, potion charges, and Obol capacity from earning renown will carry over from Eternal and Seasonal realms. So there was a long list of chores that you would have to do at the beginning of every new season.
More capacity.
Because fuck you.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, we need you to take this piece of mail from this character to this character. So, man, that's a 10-minute run. I don't want to do that every season for the life of this game. And they're like, tough. So they're changing that. Gems won't take up inventory space anymore, so you only get 5 pages, and one won't be completely filled to the top with gems. There's going to be a search bar and filter options for your stash. This is something, again, that's been in Blizzard games for, I think, it feels like 10 years now. They just didn't put it in because they didn't want to, or this game was rushed out and was released in an unfinished state. I don't know. There's going to be 5 new bosses and returning bosses. So Diablo 4 is a giant recycle job.
When they put that in the same sentence, that worries me. I was about to be excited. 5 new bosses, 5 new bosses and returning bosses.
Yeah. So
does that mean, or did you summarize?
No. It says 5 new and returning bosses. That's the bullet point.
They could be 1 new boss and 4 returning bosses.
Yeah. So
I've seen him before. It's a little different.
It's a problem. You end up running these nightmare dungeons.
Got a red hat. Yeah, he found a hat. He's a boss with a hat on.
Different.
You know what? That is at least funny to me.
Yeah.
And it's like completely, but it's like that would be more satisfying than fighting the same motherfucker over and over again. And none of these bosses in the Nightmare Dungeons do anything special.
Isn't that funny? I would at least like to see, I don't know, a funny hat on one of them the next time you fucking grind through the goddamn boss.
It's me, man.
Yeah, well, Blizzard steals shit from Team Fortress 2. So Team Fortress 2 did hats a long time ago. So Blizzard should do the same thing. Should have a bunch of hats. I don't know if we're going to start getting. There's a bunch of mini bosses through the campaign, like Endariel. One of the iconic, been in Diablo, super important, and you don't fight her ever again. It would be nice to have her as a mini boss rather than big tree man who barfs poison.
Yeah, or locked off.
They also said that Blizzard is reworking how elemental resistances work, and as they do not work now, again, if you've never played Diablo, resistances do not work. They do nothing. You can have max cold resistance, and then an snowball hits you, and you're like, dead, and you fall over. And they're having to rework offensive stats, including vulnerable, overpower, which is useless, and critical strike damage. Again, they have never explained how any of these things publicly work, and unless you have a calculator and you are testing the game yourself, there's no way for the average person who doesn't really care about this stuff. So they're going to try to make this better, which again should have come out when the game released.
Yeah, for sure.
It just turns out that we're going to have to wait till Season 2 for maybe the official launch of Diablo 4 Endgame, and then hopefully it's good. But it seems to be that everyone has just gone back to Path of Exile, which is free and is better. And I don't know.
That's sad.
I don't know.
Yeah,
All right.
well, check it out.
Are you gonna check it out? You're gonna log back in and?
I haven't played it in it's been a while. I've been busy with Baldur's Gate and everything else.
Yeah.
Don't really want to go back.
No, and I love Diablo. I love Diablo, and I haven't.
Yeah, I
gone
want
back.
to play with you guys if y'all don't do it.
And I don't want to. And it's not
We're
fun
not
to play.
going to.
I'd rather do another run in Baldur's Gate,
Yeah,
honestly,
for sure.
with a completely different character.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, you had some Xbox
Yes,
news.
Idiot of the Week.
Idiot of the week.
Starfield leaker who shared 45 minutes of gameplay arrested after selling copies online.
Idiot. I like
Yeah.
this idiot of the week segment. We can
Yeah,
make
what's
a
the-
thing.
Darren Harris was processed in Tennessee yesterday on the 24th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he posted like TikTok or Instagram, like, I got the game. That's a good game, Todd Howard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Little
like, Mom,
trooper.
you want me to knocking at the door? What the
like,
fuck
what-
are you thinking?
What exactly? Like, what the fuck are you thinking? You're not gonna get away with it. You're selling these copies. It's gonna get traced back to you.
He was practically holding up his driver's license, like, "Hey, this is me. Would you like to buy these copies that apparently were stolen?" It's like, oh,
Yeah, and he
no.
was like selling some. He's like, I'm still selling some. Are you stupid? The answer is yes. There are a lot of stupid people in this world.
Yeah, Harris
that
was,
have no intelligence, that don't know that that's illegal, that just think that they could do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harris was charged with theft of property value between $2,000 and $10,000.
Oh my God!
Theft of property valued at $1,000 or less, and for possession of marijuana. So I guess he wasn't.
They
in
got
the
him on the
clear.
side of that. That's
He wasn't
bullshit,
thinking
man.
clearly.
No, it's like, I can make quick
That
money.
should not
It's like,
be
before-
illegal.
How
That's
many-
so stupid.
2,000 to 10,000. How many copies did he have?
I don't know.
Man, that's crazy. You know, that's a lot. If you
Yeah,
had,
it just says numerous copies of Starfield. That's all. It doesn't.
Yeah,
have a
motherfucker
specific-
must have robbed a truck or just got it off the back of something, because that's a lot of copies.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you play the game, you put out an early release, like you don't have any embargo stuff to worry about. They can't come after you for that. But trying to sell, you know, potentially stolen copies is bad news.
Yeah. Well, I guess he got what he deserved.
Yeah.
Get
So we'll
what
see
you
what happens.
deserve.
Yeah. Well,
You know what we keep getting? You know what we keep getting that we deserve? Updates to No Man's Sky, because man, they really are sorry of the state that thing came out in. 7 years after launch, they are still adding new free updates. So I gotta give them some credit on that. No Man's Sky adds its first new race in its biggest update of the year, called the Autophage. They're this mysterious new race of mechanical constructs who can be discovered throughout the galaxy. So yeah, No Man's Sky. Obviously, what is this? Says 2 years before Starfield was even announced. That's when No Man's Sky came out, to mixed reactions. And but since then, obviously, it is evolved. A lot of updates in a much
did a
better
lot,
state.
yeah.
It only took 7 years to get there, and it's obviously shorter than that to get there. But they've just been adding, so it's a really cool.
what
I think
Todd
at
said.
this point, I feel that company has learned its lesson.
That
And
one
if they were ever to put out another one, that they would hopefully not put it out until it's in a good state. But look at this, Joe. This is a huge, old, long list
I'll
of
put it on
stuff.
there.
So
There's a shit ton of stuff.
that's just wild.
So that one's better, and so is Sea of Thieves. And we need to revisit it, apparently.
Yeah, we keep saying that, Joe, but I don't really feel like it. I mean, we got so much to do anyway. We have more Madden to fucking play, so we don't have time to go back into No Man's Sky and Sea of Thieves. These are for gamers. These are for you guys who can tell us how awesome it is while we play the shitty stuff. To warn you to not play that shitty stuff.
That's gonna suck.
Yep.
yeah. I don't like going back to those kind of games anyway. I don't want to.
Yeah,
I did because, like, in the VR, I needed something, and I was like, hey, this is much better.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you're doing it for content reasons, and it's like, I'm glad for the people who are discovering No Man's Sky or have stuck with it for this long. But as someone who was lied to, it's like, no. I think that they
That's
probably.
better now because like you get all that stuff in what, $20 maybe? I don't know how much.
I don't know
is
how much
now.
it is. Yeah.
I don't think it's full price.
Yeah.
It's a great
All
deal
right,
for that.
well, yeah. But you know what's worth it up front? Manscaped. Pretty much any of the products. We are always telling you about the shavers and the trimming, but they also have some really good shampoos. They got some body washes that smell good, smell a lot better than whatever Joe's wearing right now. This lotion needs to change. That's not Manscaped, is it?
No.
Yeah, that's not Manscaped. That's old Grandpa. Joe smells like a grandpa. So just in your mind, try to visualize what Joe smells like right now. It's the first time I've ever smelled Joe from here.
Aspercream and.
All right, guys. So smell good, look good, do Manscaped. It's got links down below, and we'll see you in part 2.